Hey everyone, Lester here. This is kind of like a special video. This one was really not scheduled. I'm just like take it as an opportunity to just like like ramble about um, my experiences in my local store, like how good, how will I perform with this deck, and other stuff. Just see it like as a like a log entry, like a diary entry, just a beta that is probably mostly be aimed at me. So just I remember whenever I re- whatever I was doing at certain point and just remember some stuff like why I played something and why I didn't play something, because sometimes it's easy to forget and I'm just wanting to have it as a like just like an entry point. And if people find it interesting, if it helps people, so be it. Just just for entertainment purposes, right? Nothing like too serious or anything, because believe it or not, like you see this like big boy, like this fat boy, the version that I was showcasing on my first video, and I actually managed to like win locals, my local tournament the other week with it. Um, I played like top four against like Snake Eyes and the finals against Voiceless Voice. And I don't know how, but I actually managed to win that that tournament. Honestly, the finals against Voiceless Voice shouldn't have been like as close as it happened, because I really messed up on game one. Like I really made a dumb mistake, really dumb mistake on that um, on that game one, because I should have won that game. I really should have won that game, and I just risked losing the entire tournament because of that little mistake. But you know what? I mean, I guess it's fine. Like it's better to like have it as a learning experience in your like local tournament scene, instead of like a regional, like a big tournament later down the line, because like it happens to the best of us, right? Because like you practice and um, you like study combos and situations and all stuff, but like people like you could fumble, right? You could eventually fumble, especially when the stakes are high. And it's important to like just a reminder for myself, but I also think like a reminder for everyone is that you should always stay calm, you should always keep your cool, because uh, like little mistakes have like big consequences in this game. Like it's very unforgiving. and and yeah, like I mean, like I said, like gladly I won, like, and I'm very proud of that. I actually like won several packs, and I also ended up like winning like an um the Lost Star version of Macrocosmos, which is nice. I mean, I'm not gonna use it right now, but like it's nice to have. And I also like won a bunch of Lady packs like from Legacy of Destruction, and I pulled like this Ultra. I know that it probably is not like worth much, but I mean it's nice. And I also pulled like a Tenpai Synchro Dragon that I ended up like selling, because there was some guy that wanted to build Tenpai. So yeah, I let's just like have like a rundown, right? Because I also want this as an opportunity for me to like just not forget some really important stuff. Um, like yeah, like I mean, I find it really amazing that I feel like this build really worked, really like shine through Um, but like the thing that I actually like kind of made me really sad at the beginning was because I started round one and I lost to like this random like runic generator deck, but it wasn't because I mean don't get me wrong, that deck is kind of scary, like like it was actually like very surprisingly scary. But the reason why I lost is because like I started game one and like I opened like oh my god, like I opened yeah, they're just showing his face right away. And as I'm shuffling, right, like I opened like this, like it was like a an horrible hand, right? Like it was like something like doubling permanence, forbidden droplet, destiny hero, plasma polymerization, and I was like praying for a top deck, like because I went first and I was like setting everything and somehow like managed to survive one more turn, and then like the next draw that I draw is like something like this, and like I was like really not happy about it, like because I play the triple E emergency call and foolish burial and reinforcements of the army, like triple like fusion destiny, triple like everything, right? Like that's why I'm playing like the fat version of of this deck, because I just want to like find a way to like opening something that gets me into Stratos, and I'm still like I still managed to open like that, and I mean I guess it's unavoidable, right? It's just something that is part of the game and you have to live with it. Sadly, um, and like it's also like something that I have to remember that it's not like a card count fault. Like it's not like I break because I'm playing like 50 cards. It's more like I didn't draw like anything related to it. Like because it's not like I'm gonna like not play like Forbidden Droplet. Like it's not like I'm not gonna play Plasma. It's not like I'm not gonna play like the increase or like the polymerization. It's just like it's a really unfortunate combination of cards. But like then again, something to remember is like even though I lost game one, like I ended up winning every single other game that I was playing. Just because you lose the first game, you should not get discouraged because, like I said, I ended up winning the tournament, right? So that's that, and I also like because during this week testing, I was like trying to like because of that experience, I was like just trying to build something that was relying less on non-engine and just playing like full gas and hope that that full gas was enough to like just break through boards and just not break going first and all of that. But like I mean I went to locals this weekend. Sadly, I didn't get to play the tournament because I get there a little bit late, but I still managed to play some friendlies. I played like some like Chimera fusion deck and out of all decks too, like a Magispector Draco Slayer deck. Like like Kieran is back to one now. So yeah, like just that was also just a harsh reminder that uh, I am forced to like have a spot of this for these kind of cards in my deck no matter what. It's not a matter of I if I want to, is that I have to. And who knows, maybe in down the future I'll be like maybe playing like I don't know like effect Baylor, because sometimes that it's the monsters effects the part that it's really important to not let your opponent resolve. But yeah, just um just reminder for myself, like I cannot take these cards out of my deck now. Like I really need it. Like it's not a matter that if I want to, it's that I have to. And I mean it's just like also like a good like couple for like droplet, because like I said on other video, it's just like whenever like you draw both, you can you can rest assured, like you can have like you can like afford like letting your opponent build the board if you feel like it's not dangerous enough for you, like for you to wait until your turn to negate anything. But if the board is like, if your opponent is resolving an effect that is just too risky, too problematic to like let it fully resolve, I just feel like that's when you activate impermanence, right? It's just like a failed state. So yeah, like also I don't know if like you have noticed too, like I bought a new dragon shield uh, sleeves, and they're really cool. Like I would have loved it was white, but these were like the last ones that were left in the store. The ones that I had was there were like white, but I didn't like whenever I bought them, I didn't know that they were like white classic, and I didn't know like the classic part is that they're like kind of like a glossy finish, and I honestly really didn't like that. But I was like, oh, whatever. I played with them, but what really ended up like really didn't ended liking about those is that felt like they had like they got dirty really quick. They got dirty really quick, and like they started to get all this gunk really quickly, and I just really didn't like that, and just feel like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna change the sleeves. And it's not like they're bad per se. They actually they're really sturdy sleeves, because I mean back when I played back there in like 2014, the kind of sleeves that I was playing and buying were like the ultra pro ones, and these ones are really like really sturdy. I really like them. It's a really good product for the the money that you pay for. It's just a good bang for your buck. And I don't know, like I also like something that I really want to reiterate for myself, like whenever I'm doing some list or something, is that I am truly convinced that you should be playing like free polymerizations in your deck, like because like whenever I see this card is I just have to have like the mentality that drawing this card is just like having half your combo, and whenever whatever card that lets you add Stratos completes the combo. It's just like, I mean, if you want to see it like this way, like drawing polymerization is just as the same as drawing fairies, and the only thing that you're waiting for like to make the full combo is like drawing Stratos and resolving Stratos effect, because it ends on the exact same board. So it's like this deck just I just feel like it's just Stratos, the deck. Like everything revolves about around Stratos, and I just want to resolve Stratos as like as often as possible, and as secure as possible, right? Because like you just need to like find a way to search Stratos and just resolve Stratos, and you are very likely going to win. So obviously you play like the free copies, and like the free copies that special summon it, or if like you don't get the ones that special summon it, just get the one that searches it. And if it's not enough, you just play like the Rhoda. And if somehow this is like not enough, I also like the triple and shuffle, because it's also another way to like get into it. And it really helps whenever, like, I don't know, like you are forced to go like into polymerization. And if you have like two different attributes of whatever thing that you have, l- let's say like you really didn't draw like that good of a hand, like you draw, I don't know, like something like this, like, because you never want to draw like this, but if you draw this, like you can fix that hand because you summon Sunrise, and you get like the Miracle Fusion in the process. And then like you and shuffle the the Sunrise back, and you get Stratos, and Stratos just searches anything. And at this point you haven't spent your normal summon, and you can like fix the hand like in so many ways. I mean, obviously, if your opponent has too much disruption, like it's gonna be like a really bad spot. But like, it was a really bad hand anyways, right? It was a bad hand anyways, but like yeah, like, I mean, like there's so many things that, like, if you don't get to into Stratos, you still have like the triple Ferris, that is essentially like the another way to get into the standard combo lines, right? And if you happen to draw into malicious, and you have like the poly, like you only need like one other like different attribute. Like if you open like this, or if you open like this, or like, I mean, like, I also another thing that I've been I have to add in my extra deck, because I mean, let's face it, one of the attributes that you are most going likely gonna get as you do this kind of combo is like this malicious plus a dark monster. Is that I'm starting to play again like Destiny Hero Dangerous, um, which is like, I don't know, because I really want to play two Sunrises. If like I'm just like, if my opponent gets to resolve Kashtira Fenrir, and I don't like, I guess I could take like a Wonder Driver, but I really don't want to do that, because I mean, if the I don't know, if um like the Kashtira player, or like the Kashtira Fenrir owner knows that he should be banishing this, um that could mess up everything, right? So I don't know, like, it's something that I have to like think about it. But I guess that I will eventually just take out the Wonder Driver and play two Sunrises, because Sunrise, I feel like it's too important of a card in this build, that if I get like extra deck rip, it's just not gonna be good, because I'll like, I feel like the whole strategy falls apart. So yeah, also something that I decided to like trim a little bit, because this build is like 51 cards. I really didn't want to go over 50, but then again, like that was part of that. I wanted to play like three impermanents, but I really didn't know what else to cut, and I really don't want to cut anything else. But I ended up cutting in part of the cards that I had, and I cut like a triple tactic talents. So I'm just playing two now. And I guess part of it was because maybe I was having like a bad time during the like this weekend, where like, I don't know, like I had a triple tactics. I tried to draw two cards, and kind of felt like a little bit inconsequential. and or I was playing against like the Magic Spectre and they weren't activating as many monster effects as other decks. And I mean, like I said, it's definitely not a bad card. I really want to play like this card, but I don't know if like I wanted to play at 3, maybe 2 is fine, especially because that card could have been like an emergency call, like, or even like non-ironically, even like a polymerization could have been better like, on that situation. But yeah, and also like what else like, and yeah, like also like just a quick reminder to myself that every single time that I feel like I should be maybe taking one of these cards from my list, uh, no, never do it. Just always play 3 because just having an in engine, like a natural way to dodge impermanence or Baylor, it's too strong. I never want to not have that option. And not to mention like just having it in your hand, just like just like releases so much pressure from Shadow Mist resolving its effect, right? Because like sometimes you're like you because you really want to get into this to get into the dark low. I mean, there are times that you open like this and you're really thinking if you should not activate Shadow Mist just to get like the mask changed at the end, right? And because that's also a thing, right? That's why I play 2, because if I really need the Shadow Mist and I open like this, like if you discard the Shadow Mist, like you can say goodbye to that um, mask change because you discarded your only copy, and it's gonna like the only way you're gonna special summon it now is like if you use your normal summon on Liquid Soldier. But if you have to use the search effect, well, you're not getting that mass change anyways, right? So another thing that I want to talk about, I guess, was like the side deck and how effective it was for the build. Um, Honestly, I think it performed really well. I really liked it. Um, there are some things that may change in the future, like I don't know, like I'm still debating about the dimensional barrier, and I'm also like because I don't have like triple tactic trust. I think this is like a card that should be here for wherever you go second. Maybe like to have more options and you search into those options. But like gotta say the most MVPs of the tournament were like the Harpy's Feather Duster Lightning Storm and the free Dark Ruler no more, because this like won me the tournament. like I I honestly like I felt like I sacked my opponent because I drew like the Dark Ruler no more, the Lightning Storm, and just do the full combo. And he also like had like Droll and Lockbird, and I had like the Call by the Grave. like I really felt like I sucked him. And also I'm still debating this because like I really want to like maybe play more hand traps, because if I'm going like second, there are decks where I really don't care what kind of board they do. I just gonna break it with this. But there are like also decks where like I'm really forced to like play hand traps to avoid them to do their unfair stuff. Like there are times that just droplets not gonna cut it, or if I even get into these cards, it's not gonna cut it. You have to prevent the play. So I'm just thinking about like getting maybe like Ash Blossom, but one thing that I gotta say I do not dislike Diddy Crow for this particular deck because I feel like one of the main weaknesses of heroes is that they really have no way to interact with an established graveyard. So like let's say like you're going against like Snake Eyes, right? And they already have like the princess engraved. You really don't have a way to stop that, and you pretty much are at the mercy of your opponent, just like misplaying in that they would like pop whatever they feel like it's big enough, and just get it. But like I just feel like for that reason you should be playing things like Diddy Crow. I mean, you could debate like maybe could have been something better, like with more impact, like I don't know, like soul release, or maybe some guys like see the crowd and say, no, you should rather play the bestial because it gives you a free body, right? But I feel like it I mean, while it's true, it's not particularly good for this deck because for once I really like the versatility of Diddy Crow of like being a hand trap that is not conditioned on my opponent having something, and it hits any card. And also like I said, it's hand trap quick effect. And not only that is that because it's not like a free body with like the bestials, that means that it doesn't clash with like a hero lives, because if you own a monster face up you cannot use it. And if you were to special summon, right, the bestial, you also get locked out of the links effects because they lock you into only heroes. And if you summon something that is not a hero, like you special summon rather something that is not a hero, you get out of those effects. Also, I also gotta say like Dark Angel, I feel like overperformed for side deck purposes. Like every time that I was having like a hard time like a matchup, I don't know, like against like Runic something, or like Sky Strike or something, or like all these like weird decks that they're not monster effect focused, where like Plasma would have like the advantage. Like just Dark Angel just came up and locked my opponent from playing the game. And it's also like the small like the I feel like this is like the best card to prevent your opponent from evenly matching you. I mean, obviously it's not like it negates the trap, but the fact that they have to own this on their field just turns off the evenly match. So like even if you like are playing maybe against Snake Eyes, it would be like a thing to consider. I'm really thinking about just starting to play. I actually got like a Gosen match yesterday, but I also looking for like the rivalry, and I'm heavily considering playing those in my deck, even though like I know they're like one-offs, and I'm playing like a really fat version of the deck, but I think that it's still worth it. Or like on the worst case scenario, maybe I'm just gonna get like the spellbounds, which you could play at free, and it has like an I mean you could use it on anything, right? So it's also like something to consider, right? And I'm still also debating about this because honestly these were really good too, but like the thing is that the space is so limited about what I want to put inside my side deck that I don't know what to do, because uh, this worked really fine like against like Snake Eyes to like banish, like even especially like the Fire King version, because if I'm not banishing the the field spell, I'm just banishing the IP Masquerina before it reaches like the monster zone. But honestly, these are really good. I really like these ones, but I don't know what to like how to fit everything in because I really want to like play more hand traps in the side deck. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess just I'll end up like with my final build as of now. I gotta be honest, I really like this one. I really enjoyed playing it in my locals. I know like a lot of people not going to agree with the way that I played it. And I mean, I guess I cannot blame them because like Yu-Gi-Oh is such like because yeah, because I feel like there are a lot of people that are not adventurous enough to like let their opponent play. Because I actually let them play. Sorry, but I only stopped the effects that I seemed to be too problematic. Then again, with the impermanence, and whereas like everyone just want to play like triple Baylor and triple Ash Blossom, triple Impermanence, maybe triple Nibiru, triple Lock and Draw and Lockbird, sorry, because they are just so afraid of what their opponent is capable of doing. And I just feel like a hero is just like fine with whatever your opponent likes to do, just as long as you're seeing, I don't know, like the forbidden droplet, and he doesn't have like some degenerate strategy like the Magic Spectre that I faced, where they just place the the village of the spellcasters and lock me out of spell cards, and suddenly all these cards no longer work. Yeah, it's like yeah. So yeah, like I mean, like I said, maybe just give it a try. Maybe you will like it, maybe you won't like it. Like I feel like every player has their play style, right? Just because something it's like nothing is set in stone. Like you can always like play your own version, and sometimes you could even like find something new that you would never like find out unless you were like experimenting like this. So I feel like it's you should like always like try new things out, get out of your comfort zone, because sometimes you will learn something valuable out of it. And this is also like a personal like lesson for me, directed at me, because I feel like I'm very guilty of this, and I just want to take this opportunity to like just remind me that that is something that I should do, right? Like trying new things um, could eventually lead you into something that you will enjoy so much, but you wouldn't have never you would never like known if you didn't like had the chance to experiment it, right? So yeah, guys, I'm sorry like I rambled too much, but then like I said, this is more like a video aimed at me. So like I'm just like doing some stuff. I can like put it in the background and hear me talk about this and say, yeah, you know what, I actually like, I remember that and I was right about that. Or maybe like down the line I was like, I would be like, man, I cannot believe how wrong I was about something. But like I feel like it's still fine, right? It's still fun about to remember or think about this. Mm. So yeah. Oh, I'll just leave this. So if you wanna try this, you know what I'm playing. And then, like I said, like don't overthink it too much. Like even though you see like a high card count, doesn't mean like you're not going to draw like your best cards. Obviously it's not going to be like the same chance as a smaller deck build, but it also not the same chance of you drawing into like the cards that you don't want to see, right? I feel like that's the main thing to take out of this build is that because I feel like I'm a rather unlucky person. Like, believe it or not, I feel like I'm a rather unlucky person. So I just really have to compensate my bad luck with like actually being good at the game. Yeah, um, which is like also like kind of like a thing because like I said, I was so embarrassed of that mistake that I made on the finals. Like I really risked a lot there. Like, but like I said, it's just a learning experience. I'm coming back again. Just learn from it and never repeat those mistakes again. So yeah, I mean, like I said, like nothing is really set in stone. Everything could change. Like I probably like this day, and tomorrow I'm just gonna be like playing something completely different. Oh, like I'm just still like hopeful about this version of the deck. Mm. Oh, and the extra deck. I really don't want to take one of these guys, but I may end up doing so because, like I said, like I have to play this after doing some testing. I don't want to, but I have to. And I really feel like I shouldn't be playing only one Sunrise. I really think that I shouldn't be playing one Sunrise. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you everyone. If you're still here, just remember like, comment, subscribe, and if you're not doing that, just leave me a comment if you enjoy this or if you didn't, so I never post like my diaries again on public. And I hope you guys have a nice day, nice week, and see you guys next time.